Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition, and then we will end with a little bit of Sillyville. So, with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive on in. AT&T whines about California's net neutrality law as ISP's case appears to be doomed. So, of course, if you're not following, we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago, I forget, that the case in California was they did not issue a which one? They did not issue a stay in the case. So the court case will be going forward, looking at net neutrality, and then the government said no, you have to follow the laws as if net neutrality were indeed a thing. So AT&T is kind of mad. I can't remember if it was this article or another article that they're like, fine then, we're not giving you any, I don't know, free video data or whatever what it happened to be. But anyway, AT&T is mad and throwing a temper tantrum because they're not allowed to throttle some services and not throttle others. Like we've been telling you guys it's going to happen. I know Asia Chucher Piehole came out the day after the post. See, you can still do all this stuff, because I'm a moron and I don't know. It takes about 2 and 5 years for government policies to actually destroy the world. I'm so glad that moron is out of that office. I've never seen anybody so misqualified to handle it until Biden took office. You know where he is half the time. Federal agency warns Tesla and tests unfinished driverless tech on its users. So if you're not following, there is 2 groups, the National Transit Safety Board, the NTSB, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA. NHTSA seemed to be in Tesla's back pocket there, being like, hey, yeah, test your beta self-driving software on the rest of humanity, which is causing the thing to crash into police cars and divider medians. Hey, look, a stopped emergency vehicle. Let's accelerate into the back of it. That's what Tesla seemed to be doing. In fact, there was another one that was recently deemed as Tesla's fault because autopilot went insane and killed a bunch of people. So, I will not slow down, Dave. So the National Transportation Safety Board has called out both Tesla and the NHTSA saying, are you insane? Allowing people to drive, highway speeds with self-driving technology that's not fully tested? And so the 2 government agencies are now getting into a spitting war with each other. And this is 2 government agencies. So it might be about 35, 40 years before we get any resolution. We know how slow things move when a single government agency is working. What about when 2 of them are bouncing off of each other? Oh boy, we may as well go watch some paint dry for a while because we're going to be here for a little bit. But nevertheless, they are yelling at Tesla for testing this beta software on the rest of us. See, it's one thing if you'd like to test Tesla's beta software on your own private closed track, but when you're getting on the road with all of us other mortals that we would like to have some degree of safety and regulation on the road, hey, let's not have the Tesla. Like, I'm still a little leery every time I see a Tesla drive by, and we got a lot of them around here. What are you going to do? You going to crash into me, Tesla? I mean, come on. So this article here kind of goes into a little bit of the back and forth, and the National Transportation Safety Board is actually calling for stronger federal requirements for the design and use of automated driving systems on public roads. So in a letter to the sister agency, the NHTSA, it's from last month, basically they're calling on Tesla to stop testing autopilot systems inside, on the highways. They're calling out the NHTSA for allowing it to happen and basically saying, hey, you're really putting a lot of people in danger by doing a lot of the things that you're doing right now. And so that is really what's the update on this one. Yet another subscription another smart device becomes a subscription service. Actually, it was going to become a subscription service, and then they decided to back off. So this is Cricut. I don't know how you pronounce this thing. I've never heard of this, but apparently if you are involved in arts and crafts, you probably have. This is a device. It's like a $270 device. You can get it. It's basically like a 3D printer, but for crafts instead. It doesn't do like 3D printing plastic, but it 3D printing of weird craft stuff. And what they were going to do is they looked down and said all these people had their devices, and all these devices were connected to the cloud. And so you would send up your document, and they would do something in the cloud and then send it back down to your machine. Why you couldn't just send it directly to the machine is beyond me. But cloud computing, why not? But it was a perfect place to say, hey, let's scalp people for, I think it was $8 a month more on top of buying the $270 machine. And they came out and said, oh yeah, you're going to have to buy a subscription service to keep using your overpriced crappy machine. This did cost, I'm sorry, it's $179. I said $279 earlier, $179. And this caused apparently a lot of backlash. I guess a bunch of people would send in crafted news supplies or something, And the company decided that they are going to back off and not push this. But guys, you know what this means? All they're going to do is they're going to keep on teasing this until it's going to happen. They're going to make it so that the old legacy machines will have this, but the new machines got to have the subscription service. Same thing Keurig did, guys. Same thing Keurig did. Oh, we don't like the fact that people have reverse engineered our excessively expensive, disgusting coffee and are selling it half of the price. We can't do that. Let's put a DRM chip in our coffee machine. My Lord, people. DRM in our coffee. That's how screwed up our society is. DRM. Did you guys hear that right? DRM in our coffee. Our coffee's got DRM. Yeah. And so this company here, they wanted to go ahead and have a subscription model, and then everyone backed off and said, no, we're not going to do a subscription model on this stuff. And so they backed off. For now, I promise it's going to be back. Not going to be the last time. This is why, guys, don't be looking for stuff that's cloud connected. Don't be looking for things with the external gadgets. Dropbox will give you a free password manager in April if you have 50 or fewer passwords. I will remind you guys that Dropbox is not secure, okay? They themselves hold the encryption keys to your data. You put your passwords on Dropbox, the rogue Dropbox employees will have access to your data. They will have access to your passwords. Dropbox, I actually fired an accountant last year over this because Dropbox like, hey, accountants, use Dropbox for your clients. It's cool and easy. And my derpy, stupid former non-tech savvy accountant's like, we'll use Dropbox for doing your taxes. I'm like, hey, moron, that's not secure. Yeah, you're fired. Goodbye. And I went and got one that actually, guess what? My new accountant uses my Nextcloud. Epic. I can actually send him documents in my own personal encrypted cloud. He's got no qualms about doing it and sending them right back the same way. That's an accountant I'm working with, guys. That's epic. But Dropbox, don't be storing your passwords on Dropbox stuff. If you have to use Dropbox, use it for documents that are not secure and sensitive, or encrypt your files locally on the computer, send the encrypted blog up there. Do not use Dropbox Password Manager. They are not going to be encrypted from the company. They are sure encrypted from outside access, but the company still has access to the keys. Dropbox is not secure. Use Bitwarden if you need a online one. Use KeePassXC if you will deal with the inconvenience of the offline one. I personally use KeePassXC because it's way better than any online password manager. I have a separate video about using Bitwarden and KeePassXC. Don't use Dropbox. Apparently I turned on comments. I did want to see some of those comments. Microsoft is now going to be removing some Windows 10 bloatware from fresh installs. The only software I had in my list was Paint 3D and the 3D Viewer. Well, good that those crappy things are gone. I did not see anything about Candy Crush. So apparently Windows 10 will still have Candy Crush installed by default because that's not too bloated. I mean, basically how they come to the conclusion that these two software packages everybody kind of ignored? Well, because they're collecting perpetual amounts of data and they're like, hey, nobody's really using these. Let's just go ahead and remove these two applications on start. Yeah, this is not really removing bloat. This is just removing two applications. You want to talk about removing bloat? Give me a minimal install of Windows 10 that has nothing but the core operating system. I do not need your extra crap. I don't need, guys, I do not, for the life of me, I do not need Xbox on my computer. No! I don't want your stupid Xbox app. I'm about to swear here. I don't do that. I don't want your stupid Xbox app. I don't want half the crap that it bloats in. This is why I don't use Windows. It's my computer. Let me do with it what I want. So anyway, yeah, Windows is allegedly removing some bloatware. I did enjoy a few of the comments. Let's see if there's anything there. I wish all the apps could be uninstalled so we can have the choice. Personally, on my development personal machines, I'll use a calculator and snip out of the pre-installed apps. Edge gets downloaded to, used once to download Firefox. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. No word on Candy Crush, but Candy Crush, the resurrected zombie crap that keeps coming back after every single update, even after I've manually and intentionally deleted it. Well, our final article, Amazon expanding its gamification model of warehouse work to at least 20 states. I'm waiting for Joshua Fluke to do an overview on this one. I've been enjoying some of his crazy stuff recently on some of the insane things some of these companies are forcing their employees to do. Man, I'll tell you what, all of these, never mind. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to get myself in trouble. Oh boy. Well, anyway. Amazon tested this thing where they will pit their warehouse workers against each other in gamified competitions. Hey, who can stack the boxes fastest in a little modulated Tetris type game, things like that. So I wonder if they the one I wonder if they have the two guys that both ring the button at the same time. I'll compete with you. See who can fill up your Gatorade bottle the fastest. All right. So employees at Amazon warehouses have been overworked and pushed to the point of exhaustion, unnecessarily exposed to the coof, and discouraged from unionizing and advocating their rights. But no fear, Amazon has something better than the ethical treatment and fair pay for their store warehouses. The company is reportedly rolling out a new gamification program which encourages workers in the fulfillment center to complete tasks more efficiently so they can virtually compete against their coworkers to win digital awards. That's right, guys. I'm going to work harder to virtually compete against my comrade over here to get digital stuff. Fake stuff. This is worse than the lawsuit that was settled, and they're paying people in in-game currency. Oh, yeah. Reportedly, let's see. Program is known as FC Games. It has been used in Amazon warehouses since 2017 and first drew public attention 2019, according to a report from The Information. Amazon is now planning to expand the gamification model to its warehouses in at least 20 states across the country. Once the gamification system is implemented, warehouse employees will be presented with a variety of games that turn their daily workload into a virtual competition that drives workers to perform faster and without error. Victory in these competitions produces a reward of digital crap that can be used to purchase things like virtual pets. I get virtual pets. Virtual pets. Kitty, what do you think about virtual pets? The kitty's like, dude, I don't want a virtual pet. Just give me my real temptations. All right, guys. I could get virtual pets by burning myself out. Oh, Lordy. Games are not super sophisticated. Amazon isn't plugging its workers into Ready Player One universe or anything. The competitions are essentially just virtual versions of the tasks they're already completing. One game revealed by the Washington Post turns picking packages into a game of Tetris, while another game highlighted by Fast Company called Dragon Duel pits warehouse workers against one another to pick packages as fast as possible to power virtual dragons through a race. A third game called Mission Racer has workers moving a car around a track by correctly sorting products into corresponding bins. Wow. Yeah. They did have some glowing recommendations. I can't remember where it was. Was it this quote here? The one employee said, yeah, we do it because there's nothing better to do. Oh, there it is. University of Washington graduate student Postland Smith recalled an Amazon employee saying they play the games because it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, and I can get a digital cat, I guess. No time to feed the digital cat or play with the digital cat. The poor thing will sit there all alone in the corner because you're neglecting it. But nevertheless, I can compete with my workers and get a fake cat. Oh boy, guys. Oh boy. Well, if you want to help support this channel, have a look at my affiliates. Today we are highlighting ProWritingAid. If you are a writer like I am, or you have need of getting some good cleaned up grammar and things. I've been using this lately to do editing blog posts for one of my clients, and we've been using ProWritingAid to make sure everything is all good grammatically and stuff. I'm catching more stuff even after the other editors have been through it. You can use my coupon code there, tlm.li/PWA. Save 20% off a yearly subscription for $63 or a lifetime subscription for $319. You can try the monthly subscription at $20, and they do have some free services at the website as well. So have a look at ProWritingAid and see over there how they work. Now, guys, let's head on over to Sillyville, as if that last Amazon article wasn't silly enough. So heading on into Sillyville, guys, Twitter decides that there is a word this week that if you say this word, it's a 12-hour Instaban. Memphis. Just don't go visit Memphis. Oh, I'm banned from Twitter. Oh, crap. There we have it, guys. So yeah, tweeting the name of Memphis was enough for a 12-hour suspension. Apparently hundreds of people got suspended for 12 hours. Apparently it was some bug in trying, like somebody was trying to dox somebody and everything that said Memphis got shut down. So whatever that happens to be. But there you go. Twitter, as usual, being kind of really stupid. There we have it. A GitHub employee is fired for saying a Nazi. He's offered his job back after investigation. He's like, screw that. He says he reached an amicable solution with GitHub, but he will not be back. So apparently guys, we can't ban the word Nazi. We already have an N-word we can't say. Now you say, well, I said the N-word. Well, which N-word? Oh, that's a trap. Which N-word did you say? Wait, what? Why didn't George Carlin talk about these words? The 7 words you cannot say on television? You can say them all these days. Say any one of these 2 N-words. It's a career ender. Woo! Getting saucy. No, I'm not interested. From the Christian Post, a school teaches kids to stop saying mom and dad. So a private school in Manhattan is encouraging students to stop using the terms mom and dad and parents because the words make assumptions about kids' home lives. I was one of those latchkey kids. I didn't have a father growing up. Most kids still live with a mom or dad. Maybe it's a dad and a mom and mom. I don't know. In our current world, it's getting that way. But you can't say mom or dad or even parents because it makes assumptions. How dare we make assumptions that the average child would happen to have. Now the children are encouraged to use the word grown-ups. Are your grown-ups at home? How's life with the grown-ups today? Grown-ups and folks and family. See, even family's a bad assumption. Or guardians. Oh, you're guardians. I'm sorry. No, it's my mom and dad because people actually care about me. In its push for gender inclusion, the school wants its students to substitute people for boys and girls rather than lining up as boys. I've not heard of reading this. I've not heard of lining up as boys and girls. But anyway, and so I guess I don't know. Anyway, instead of lining up as boys and girls, they're to line up alphabetically. That's going to take a lot more time. If you've ever tried to organize a group of elementary children, they don't do anything fast. All right, guys, line up in alphabetical order. Line up, let's see, line up by type of shoes. Lord forbid we get the girl showing up in high heels. If someone says a boy can't marry a boy, they are encouraged to respond by saying people can love and commit to whomever they please. It's their choice who they marry. Instead of wishing each other Merry Christmas or even Happy Holidays, they're to say, have a great break. Well, there we have it. We may as well just go ahead and start spinning the original season 1 South Park Christmas pageant, because that's pretty much where we're going in our culture. This is insane, but this is the world we are getting to. And on to subscribing to diabetes. Over in Japan, you can now get a Coca-Cola monthly subscription model. So for $25 a month, you can subscribe to get 1 Coke per day out of the vending machine. Now they say this is less than $1 a day, but I mean, is it really? Because if we say 31 days, you can go in 31 days, but I'm assuming this is like the vending machine at work or out about town. Unless it's any old vending machine you happen to walk by, you're probably only getting one your Monday through Friday for your diabetes fix. But it would boil down if you did get, pay $25 a month. You're giving them $25 a month, whether or not you buy the soda. Good deal for them. It's still cheaper to buy the 12-pack at home and bring it. Bring your lunch. But yeah, you can now get a subscription service for Coca-Cola in Japan. And that is how our world is going today. Well, if you want to help support the work, have a look over at Subscribestar, subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. That will help out the channel and what we are doing over here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.